All right, that was Monkberry Moon Delight. I think I plan to play Moon Age Daydream. I don't know, I have like 3 Moon songs happening today. I don't know. That wasn't on purpose. We are moving on to Fargo Features. Fascinating facts and fresh updates from Fargo. I'll first update you from Emily Moore, our guest last week. She says regarding the street fair that the event was amazing, minus the freak storm that came through and took down not only one of my tents, but 3 of my neighbors as well. That didn't stop us, though, to put on an epic show for the community on one of the biggest events in Fargo. Tons of people came through and joined the rest of the show with delicious foods and over 200 vendors, excited to bring you items that you can't get anywhere else. I wanted to thank everyone who played a part in this event, from the coordinators, volunteers, vendors, and of course, the community, tying the bow on another wonderful street fair in the books. So that is our update from Elizabeth. Did I say Emily again? Elizabeth Moore, E. Moore Art Studio. You can find her on Instagram. And that's what she had to say. Matt, you're still with us, Matt Sorenson from the Northern Plains Botanic Garden Society. Did you have a chance to get out to the street fair at all?
I did not make it to the street fair this year.
Have you ever been to the street fair?
Yes.
What do you love about the street fair?
It's fun seeing the vendors. The food is always, pretty amazing. There's always a good mix of food vendors there too. It's just fun, all around fun. There's usually good things, like good activities for kids to engage into.
Yeah, there's cool. so much to do around Fargo. So much. Moving on with our fascinating facts and fresh updates. I got a little bit of a real estate update here. So in the last week, the median home is 4-bed, 3-bath at $396,000. I think that's kind of an amazing number. That is the median home. Of course, I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties, so I'm kind of staring at those data points all day. I can tell you that's a little higher than it used to be. Matt, what are your thoughts on just how expensive housing has gotten to be?
It's not something I pay a lot of attention to be honest.
Do you have a house here in Fargo?
I
in Moorhead? You live
rent.
over in 56560?
Yeah, I rent in Moorhead.
Currently renting?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do something about that. I
just became a lead.
Oh, everybody's a lead. In the FM area, though, people, again, don't know a lot about Fargo. There are currently 8 homes over $1 million for sale right now. Over $1 million. Can you believe that? That is just...
I can believe that.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you would think that when you think... I mean, that's not the Fargo that I grew up in, but it's a little mind-blowing. Do you think many of those people visit the garden?
I hope so, but I'm not sure. It would be interesting to find out. Yeah, no. We certainly invite them to.
The most expensive home right now is one out in Rose Creek for $2.25 million. That's a lot of money to spend on a house. But worth it. Real estate's a great
We would
great
gladly
investment.
take just a couple of points there as a donation. Yeah.
Certainly we don't need that much up at the gardens. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I think I do believe it, though. Like Fargo, it stretches a long ways from, the city limits of Fargo stretch a long ways along the Red River, south and north.
It's a large area.
And it's a thriving community.
Because we're a lake bed, we just can't go up.
Right.
Because we'd have the Leaning Tower of Pisa kind of problem. Right? Like talking before, this is a lake bed. If you go up too high, everything will just fall over. And that's why recently downtown, when they built that big new skyscraper, it took them a long time because they had to drill these giant concrete piers right down into the bottom. Mm-hmm. I recall, or I heard. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Okay. Another update here. This happened a while ago, but I wasn't aware. I just found out. 25th Street and 32nd Avenue is open. It was closed. You must have known it was closed. It was such a pain. There's only 5 roads to get from one end of the town to the other. You either take the interstate, you take University, you take 25th, or you take 45th, right? That's the only, or Veterans. That's the only way to get from north to south. Otherwise, it all gets cut off by the interstate there. So when 25th Street got shut down, I don't know about you guys, that was kind of a pain for me. I had to go around to University every time. Do you get out to South Fargo very often, Matt?
I noticed that a couple times. I don't get to that area too often, but I definitely noticed it.
Next time you head out there, FYI, it's open.
Good.
So, all right. Have you been to the zoo recently?
Haven't been there recently either, but I know they're expanding too.
Something tells me there's got to be some overlap between the zoo and the gardens. They have plants. I mean, you go to the garden to look at interesting plants. You go to the zoo to look at interesting animals. What if you put the two together?
That's an interesting idea.
There's got to be some synergy. You don't think? You're not...
I think they've offered to host our koi.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's been talks. Nothing official.
Barb in the back. She said, I don't know if that got picked up by the mic, but they've offered to host the koi.
We've had conversations with the zoo.
Here, why don't you go ahead, grab the mic. You want to be on the mic?
No, we encourage partnerships with all of our friends, other markets, other zoos, everyone, and we definitely have had conversations. We are currently building those. Same with like Homeward, and they're our neighbors. We want to support everyone. We want to support Fargo. We want to be there for our community, however they need us. Just because gardens do a lot more than just have something pretty to look at. It's a safe place to go. It's beautiful scenery and it's healing. So anyone that's a part of that, the zoo is definitely one of those things, taking care of animals. We care about the earth. We're all stewards of our environment. They're very much, earth conscious like we are at the gardens. We try to do things on the up and up. So
well, maybe
we can do more of that with more help.
I should maybe get you guys in touch with the CEO, Sally Jacobson. I didn't know that she's the CEO now. I don't know when that happened. I know I used to hang out with Sally Jacobson, so that's
She's
somebody I know.
Great. She really is. She does a lot for the community. We're friends on Facebook. We don't know each other personally, but it's one of those things. Like Fargo is just that kind of place where I may not know you personally, but we'll know you from our groups that we are in, and that's how those connections happen. So, yes, go to the zoo. Take a trip there. Enjoy the new exhibits. Help them build a new, and we'd love to partner.
When I was going to mention that what's new there is the bison exhibit.
Yes.
I went there because I go there often. And we just saw that they have bison.
Yes.
Which I also learned recently, not connected to the zoo, but bison are actually just like feral cows.
Oh.
They can breed directly with cows. I don't know if you knew that. Like you can get the beefalo, it's called.
Okay.
Like
I did not know that.
They're just hairy, muscly cows, which blew my mind.
Right. Well, and they just had a bird hatch an egg. I can't remember what the animal is called.
The crane.
So sorry, Sally. Yeah, and so this bird has been sitting on this egg for like 20 years, and it never hatches. And this year, finally, it hatched. So there is hope. Wait,
it was sitting on the same egg?
So every year it lays an egg, but it never hatches, right? And so this year was, I think, if I'm getting the story right, I hope I'm not spreading a myth, but from what I'm told from people at the zoo, that's what happened. And I think that's just a really cool story of resilience,
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Wild. Pun no intended.
Yeah, because the zoo, yes. Well, guess what? That's 5 minutes.
Nice.
So it's just fast. It goes fast. I'm going to jump around here because we are even running overtime. We're going to go to Ween from their country album. They have a country album. Oh. I don't usually listen to country. Do you listen to Ween? Do you know Ween?
I do not know Ween. You
don't know Ween? You look like you would know Ween. With the hair.
Don't shame me now.
I don't know. No, Ween is really cool. They're very psychedelic. I love Ween. They do like some psychedelic rock.
So this is new.
But they also have a country album, which is maybe the some of the only country music I'll listen to. And this is off of that country album. This is their song "Help Me Scrape the Mucus Off My Brain."